I am 90 years old, and I am going to tell you something that is probably going to make you uncomfortable. You can click away if you want to. Most people do. Most people spend their entire lives clicking away from the uncomfortable truths, distracting themselves, looking for the next easy thing. But if you have the courage to sit here and listen to an old man for a few minutes, I promise you I will save you from waking up one day in a body that barely works, carrying a mountain of regrets that you can never ever fix. I've been on this earth for 9 decades. I have outlived my wife. I have outlived my brothers. I have outlived my best friends. I have outlived the man I used to be. The man who cared so deeply about what his neighbors thought, what his boss thought, what society told him he was supposed to be doing. And standing here at the absolute tail end of it all, looking back down the mountain, I can see the whole picture in a way that you simply cannot see when you are in the middle of the climb. There are a lot of lies society feeds you about getting old. They tell you to worry about your joints, your cholesterol, your retirement accounts. They sell you pills and creams and financial plans, trying to convince you that the worst part of aging is losing your youth or running out of money. But nobody warned me about the saddest truth. Nobody warned me about the thing that actually keeps you awake at 3 in the morning when the house is completely silent. The saddest truth about getting old isn't that your body breaks down, and it isn't even that you are getting closer to death. The saddest, most terrifying truth is waking up and realizing that you spent the vast majority of your one precious, unrepeatable life completely distracted by things that did not matter. The saddest truth is the realization of how much time you wasted being physically present, but emotionally a million miles away. Let me explain something to you about time. When you are in your 20s, your 30s, even your 40s, you treat time like it is cheap. You treat it like dirt. You throw it away. You assume you have an infinite bank account of days. You say things like, I will take that trip when the kids are older. I will start painting when I retire. I will fix my relationship with my brother next year when things calm down at work. I will finally start enjoying my life when I hit this specific financial number. I know you say these things because I said them, my friends said them. We all lived in the waiting room. We treated our actual lives, the present moment, like it was just a waiting room for a better future that was supposedly right around the corner. But here is a hard fact from a 90-year-old man that someday never comes. The goalposts will always move. I had a good friend named Robert. We were in our late 40s, building our careers, working 60, sometimes 70 hours a week. Robert was obsessed with this idea of the perfect retirement. He bought a beautiful piece of land up near a lake. He used to show me the blueprints for the cabin he was going to build. He'd say, just 5 more years of the grind, and then I'm done. Then I'm going to sit on that porch. I'm going to fish. I'm going to read books. I'm going to finally spend some real time with my wife. He sacrificed everything for that cabin. He missed his daughter's high school plays. He skipped family vacations. He ruined his blood pressure. He finally retired at 65. They finished the cabin in October. In December, Robert had a massive stroke and died in his driveway shoveling snow. He never spent a single summer on that porch. He never went fishing. He traded the best years of his life, the years where he had the health and the energy to actually connect with his family, for a phantom future that vanished in a split second. At his funeral, I looked at his wife and his daughter, and the tragedy wasn't just that he was gone. The real tragedy was that he was never truly there to begin with. He was always living 5 years in the future, and you are probably doing the exact same thing right now. You are chasing the promotion, the title, the bigger house, thinking that once you get there, you will finally feel like you are enough. You will finally feel peace. I spent 50 years climbing that ladder. I got the corner office, I got the awards, I made the money. And you know what happens when you reach the top of the mountain? You realize there is nothing there. It is a hamster wheel. You achieve the goal, you feel a brief high for about 48 hours, and then you are right back to feeling empty, looking for the next thing to chase. Nobody warned me that the things we exhaust ourselves to accumulate are essentially just future trash. I used to have a massive house filled with expensive furniture, luxury cars in the driveway, a closet full of tailored suits. I thought these things meant I was successful. I thought they meant I mattered. Today I live in a small room. I have a bed, a chair, and a few photographs. Everything else is gone. When you die, your children are going to hire a stranger to come into your house with a roll of heavy-duty garbage bags, and they are going to throw away 90% of the things you spent your life working to buy. The other 10% will be sold at a yard sale for pennies. Your entire life's accumulation of material wealth will be reduced to a weekend estate sale. So why are you working yourself into an early grave to buy it? Why are you sacrificing your health and your relationships to impress people who do not actually care about you? Your career is not your legacy. Your career is a transaction. You are trading the irreplaceable hours of your life to build someone else's dream. If you drop dead tomorrow, your company would post your job opening before your family even finished writing your obituary. Do not worship at the altar of your career. It will never love you back. This brings me to the hardest part, the part I am deeply ashamed of, but I need to tell you so you don't repeat my mistakes. For over 40 years, I was married to a wonderful woman named Claire. And for most of those 40 years, I thought I was a good husband. I thought I was a good husband because I never cheated on her. I never raised my hand to her, and I always provided. I paid the mortgage. I put food on the table. I kept the cars running. I thought providing was the same thing as loving. It is not. It is not even close. Claire died 12 years ago, and the thing that haunts me, the saddest truth that nobody warned me about, is that you can live with someone for 4 decades and still let them feel entirely alone. Love isn't about grand gestures. It isn't about the big vacations or the anniversary jewelry. Love is built or destroyed in the tiny, completely ordinary moments that you think don't matter. If I could reach through this screen and grab you by the shoulders, I would tell you to wake up. You are sleepwalking through the only life you are ever going to get. You are living on autopilot, assuming that someday you will magically have the time, the money, and the freedom to finally be happy. Happiness is not at the finish line. There is no finish line. The finish line is a wooden box in the dirt. The journey is the entire point. You have the golden ticket. You have your health, you have your mind, and you have today. Stop spending it staring at a screen, comparing yourself to strangers. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Put down the phone, go outside, look at the sky, call your mother, apologize to the friend you haven't spoken to in 3 years. Tell your spouse exactly what they mean to you. Eat the good food, take the trip, do the things that scare you. Don't wait until you are 90 years old sitting alone in a quiet room to realize that the life you were waiting for was happening all around you while you were too busy making other plans. The clock is ticking right now. You can hear it if you really listen. That is the sound of your life running out. Please don't let it run out while you are still waiting to start living.